Yo guys, and welcome to a very special video. Today I will be telling you which movies are going to win an Oscar tonight. So tonight is the official night of the 94th Oscar ceremony, a moment I have been waiting for, well, since last ceremony. So it has been 11 months and I am very excited to attend this ceremony tonight from my own space and from my own little habitat. And I'm going to do an Oscar watch party with some of my friends and it will be fun. There are some problems with the Oscars lately, and obviously we all know these. Last ceremony had like 10 million viewers worldwide, and that is not that much because in 2014 they had like 40 million viewers and last year it was 10 million, so that's like 25%, and that's very sad. So yeah, it's not going all too great with the Oscars. Then again, this year I am already mad because last year we didn't see who died because it was going too fast. You couldn't read who actually passed away this year. And this year they are going to try to make the ceremony shorter because that is the main problem with this entire party, is that it's just too long. The ceremony takes like 3 hours, not including the intermissions, so it's very long, and they tried to cut it down, and that's why they chose to not announce 8 of the categories, and they are going to record them separately and edit them into the ceremony, and it will be very weird, and we will not hear the speeches of those guys. And I don't think Hans Zimmer will have the abilities to speech for his win and sound and his original score, and that is sad. So I am already mad at the Oscars, but I am still very excited to see who takes the prize home, because you can say about the Oscars and about the Academy Award what you want, but it's still the biggest prize in movie history, and if you win an Oscar you are guaranteed to become an A-list actor. So yeah, it is still a very important thing, even though the Oscars and the award show themselves are a bit of a mess every year. This year we will have a group of presenters, Regina Hall and 2 others, and that is also 3 years ago that we had a presenter for the show. Otherwise it was just the people attending that got a prize and gave other people prizes, but that's not the case anymore because we have presenters. It's 3 comedians. I don't know. We will see. What can you expect from this video? This will be my second to last video about the Oscars 2022. Now we have the Oscar winner predictions and the guaranteed wins, because some of them I am absolutely 100% sure that will take home the prize. And following next week we will have another video where you will see me brag about how great I am at predicting or how sucky I am at predicting. The way this will go is like actually quite the same as I did with my nominees predictions. It's just the same PowerPoint, just edited a little bit with the right winners and the correct information, and then we have my prediction, and let's just get right into it. For the first time in forever, by the way, I have actually seen like every movie that is attending at the Oscars, except for the documentaries and for the short films, because I just don't care for documentaries and short movies, so I am not going to put my time in watching those. I am very glad and very happy for the nominees to be nominated, but it's just not something that I am very excited for watching, so I am not going to give my time into that. I have seen all the rest except for one of the international nominees, and it's the Luyana movie, I think. I don't remember the name exactly, but it will be in this, and I will say it when I have not seen that movie, but I have seen all the rest, so yeah, I know. Okay, the Oscar winner predictions. How this is gonna go is very simple. I will show you this first, and that is an example. Let's just say Dia 1 of Dia 1 is the first prize that is going to get nominated or gonna get given. The nominees are Cats, Dogs, A Shitty Buck Wild spin-off movie from Ice Age, The Best Movie Ever Made, and Sventastic the Movie. And in the next slot, I will let you see this. And I do think Sventastic the Movie will win, because that one is fat. The underlined one is the movie that has a great chance of winning too, and the red one is the movie I would not be mad if won, but I don't think they will win. It can be that the red one is over the underlined or the fat one, and that means that I am just so happy for that movie that I really want that movie to win, and I think it will going to win, and I think it will win. But the underlined score is also a little bit of a movie that I want to see winning. I won't be mad if it does. So yeah, it's a little bit of a gray area, the underlining, but the most important thing is the fat one is the winner of this category. So talked about that. Having said that, we can go straight into a small fix I am going to do. Yeah, that was that. And now we go to the documentary shorts. I have no prediction for them. These are the nominations: Audible, Lead Me Home, The Queen of Basketball, 3 Songs for Benazir, and When We Were Bullies. Haven't seen any of them, so I'm not going to predict who is going to be the winner. I don't know what any of these ones are about. I do think The Queen of Basketball is about basketball. And then we have the short film. I also have no predictions for those ones because I just didn't see them. The Long Goodbye was interesting to me, but I didn't watch it. Alakuchu, Take and Run, The Dress, The Long Goodbye, On My Mind and Please Hold are the nominations. I just didn't see him. Then we have the short film animated, no prediction, but maybe a little bit of a prediction. Affairs of the Art, Bestia, Bugs Ballet, Robin Robin and the Windshield Wiper. I have seen Robin Robin, so I hope that one wins, because that's the one that I have seen, but I have no single clue. And I have seen Robin Robin, and that was a beautiful short movie, and that one has a great chance of winning because it was stop motion animated. It was from Artman Productions, and it was really beautiful, so that one has a chance of winning. I hope it wins because I saw that one, and it would be funny if I saw the only... And if I saw the winner, that would be really funny. But let's get to the real predictions now. And let's start with the documentary feature, and we have Accession, Attica, Flea, Summer of Soul, or When the Revolution Could Not Be Televised, and Writing with Fire. And the first thing I want to say about this category is that I also didn't see any of these movies. I have seen Flea and Summer of Soul, but I didn't see Ascension, Attica, and Writing with Fire. Reason for that is that they didn't touch me or made me want to watch it. And for a documentary, oh no, wait, I'm lying. I haven't seen Summer of Soul either. I have only seen Flea from these ones. And the reason for that is because it just, I couldn't care less about those, sorry. I am really happy for the movie makers to be nominated, but it's just, no. But I do have a winner for these because I have looked at others, other ceremonies and other winners and other nominations for the other award shows, and I have came to the conclusion that I do think Summer of Soul or When the Revolution Could Not Be Televised will take this one home. Also, a great chance is for Flea because that movie had a lot of buzz around it, and I saw Flea and I thought Flea was very beautiful, so I hope Flea would win. But looking at the other award shows and looking at the statistics, Summer of Soul is the most safe option, so I chose to go with a prediction for documentary feature film, and I am choosing Summer of Soul to be the winner here. Again, I have only seen Flea, so I can't talk about anything else in this. Then we are in the second official category I have predicted, and that is the original song. And in the original song category we have Be Alive from King Richard. It was a great song, just not that memorable. Dos Oruguitas from Encanto, and this one was quite interesting because everyone thought obviously that We Don't Talk About Bruno would get nominated, but they didn't even send that one into get a prize, but they did send in Dos Oruguitas because Dos Oruguitas was just the heart of the movie, and that's why this one is on the list and not We Don't Talk About Bruno. Fun fact. Down to Joy from Belfast, No Time to Die from No Time to Die, and Somehow You Do. And there is no question in this, but No Time to Die is going to win and is actually the only real challenge for itself, because Be Alive is not going to win. It's not that memorable. Down to Joy is just not that memorable. Somehow You Do, I don't think I even heard that one, so I'm not gonna say anything about it. But No Time to Die will obviously take it home, and I am very happy when it does, because it surely deserves the Oscar. But Dos Oruguitas was such an incredible song too. I wouldn't be mad at all if that song won, because it's just such a beautiful song. It's not that memorable as No Time to Die, but Dos Oruguitas still was very great and very beautiful. So I won't be mad if that one wins, but I do think, actually I do know that No Time to Die will take this prize home. Then we have the sound category. This is not the original score, this is sound. There is a difference between the two. This category is more about sound editing, and the score is obviously about what the composer did for the movie. And in sound we have the nominated Belfast, Dune, No Time to Die, The Power of the Dog, and West Side Story. And I know what you all are thinking. West Side Story is the safest option because it's a musical, for God's sake. But no, West Side Story is not even in the competition for this. But I do hope West Side Story will get a chance and will get some recognition, because it's still very good, and I won't be mad if West Side Story wins. But to me, this is a guaranteed win for Dune, because we all know how Dune sounded, and it was awesome, and it worked so well, and there were no mistakes, and it's floats and it was great. And I can talk about the sound of Dune for forever, but there's an entire video from 10 minutes from Hans Zimmer talking about how they made the sounds for Dune, and how they made the score, and how the score went into this movie, and how it's collided with the sound category and everything we saw on screen. So for me, Dune, this is a guaranteed win. There is no competition. Dune is going to take this one home, and it's rightfully deserving of so. Then we have the international feature film, and here is Drive My Car from Japan, a movie I saw yesterday, Flee from Denmark, The Hand of God from Italy, Lunana, a Yak and the Classroom from Bhutan, and The Worst Person in the World from Norway. And I have not seen Lunana, so I can't judge about that one, but I also don't think it's anywhere in the competition for an Oscar this year. To me, it's all for Drive My Car. I do think Drive My Car will take this one home, because it was beautiful, and the writing and directing and the acting and the story itself, it was so incredibly great. Flea too, but I do think Flea will get more chances in other categories. I don't think it will win in any of these, but it gets the chance to do so. I do think this prize will go to Drive My Car, in the same way that Parasite won for the same reason. Parasite was just as great as Drive My Car, in my opinion. So Drive My Car will take this one home. If Flea does, I won't be mad at all. I will be mad if The Hand of God wins, but I won't be mad either if The Worst Person in the World wins, because that one was also great, but I don't think it's in the competition for this one. I do think it will go to Drive My Car. Then we have the VFX, or the CGI as it's more and better known. We have Dune, Free Guy, No Time to Die, Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, and Spider-Man No Way Home. And I am not even going to say something about this. Dune is going to win, and it rightfully deserves so. I am so very happy, and Dune, everything was perfect about that movie. Dune is going to win. There's no competition. I'm sorry for everyone liking Spider-Man No Way Home and how it looked, but it's just not as beautiful as Dune. So isn't Free Guy, so isn't No Time to Die, and so isn't Shang-Chi. Dune rightfully deserves this prize and is going to win this. Then we have the original score, and in it are Don't Look Up, a movie composed by Nicolas Bertel, Dune, a movie composed by Hans Zimmer, Encanto, a movie composed by Germain Franco, Parallel Mothers, a movie composed by Alberto Iglesias, and The Power of the Dog, a movie composed by Johnny Greenwood. And I know from the other award shows that Johnny Greenwood has gotten a lot of recognition for this, but for me, it was not that memorable, and I do think this one too is a guaranteed win for Dune. I do hope Dune is going to win. If I have to choose a movie for this category that I want to win, it's Dune. I know Dune is going to win. Dune was perfect. Dune was just perfect on every sound level. It's not going to win all the awards, but it rightfully deserves to win the sound and the scores because it was awesome. If Dune is not going to win, I will be very, very angry. So you know, Dune is going to win. Then we have the production design, and I have done something interesting here. We have Dune, Nightmare Alley, The Power of the Dog, The Tragedy of Macbeth, and West Side Story. And the production design is about how your sets look and how the entire production went and how it looked and what the end product was. How well did it play into the world they are trying to set up and the time frame and everything else. And the safest option here too is Dune. The most beautiful option would be The Tragedy of Macbeth because that were really just paintings on screen, but we have cinematography for that. So production design, I went with Nightmare Alley on this one, and the problem about this one is that Dune and Nightmare Alley both got a lot of recognition for this. So Dune would be the safest option, but I wanted to go bold. I do think the Academy at some point is going to think that they can't let Dune win everything, so they are going to go for Nightmare Alley, and I know that's not how the Oscars are going, and I know that they actually try to do it by voting, but I do think that Dune will get so many Oscars that it won't win this one. And if there is a kind of how do I say it, kind of a surprise going to come into this nomination show, it's going to be for the production design, and I do think Nightmare Alley is going to take this one home. I hope Nightmare Alley wins just a little bit over Dune, but I won't be surprised if Dune wins. But my hopes are going for Nightmare Alley, and I have chosen for Nightmare Alley, although I am not very sure about my choice on this one. So I can be wrong, but I do hope and I do think Nightmare Alley will take this one home. Then we have the animation, and for long I was a bit confused on who was going to win this. In the category we have Encanto, we have Flea, we have Luca, we have The Mitchells vs. the Machines, and we have Raya and the Last Dragon. 3 Disney movies, 1 Netflix movie, and 1 animated documentary movie. And my predicted winner for this category always went between Encanto and Flea, and I do think Flea has a great chance of winning this one if it doesn't win another one, because it had 3 nominations or so, I think, maybe 2, maybe 3. I do think this will be the category where it takes the most chance, but I do think I do think the Oscars will go the safe routes this time and will go from Encanto. Encanto really deserves the animation win. In my eyes, it wasn't the best movie of this year, but it's the most safe option for this one. And talking about Bruno and talking about everything about the other award shows and how Encanto has been handled by these shows, it's surely the most safe option, and Encanto will take this one home. But I do hope Flea will win over Encanto. I won't be mad if Flea wins. I will be very happy, but I just don't really know. I do think quite certain that Encanto will win this, but I hope Flea will. But I do think it will be for Encanto. In the category for makeup and hairstyling, we have Coming to America, Cruella, Dune, The Eyes of Tammy Faye, and House of Gucci. And there is almost no doubt in this one that is going to go to The Eyes of Tammy Faye. I am so very excited for this one because I have seen the movie and it looked absolutely phenomenal. In most of the scenes, I couldn't even recognize Jessica Chastain, so that is saying something. Coming to America is just placed in this category because of, I don't know, having a movie of that kind. Cruella is rightfully in this category, but I do think Cruella will win in another one. Dune has a lot of prizes and House of Gucci just wasn't as special and wasn't as good. They did a great job of placing it in the time that it was actually meant to be in, but The Eyes of Tammy Faye is a guaranteed win. I hope The Eyes of Tammy Faye wins, and I know for a certain that The Eyes of Tammy Faye will take this home. That movie looked incredible. Then we have the costume design, and here we have Cruella 2, we have Cyrano, we have Dune, we have Nightmare Alley and West Side Story, and I just said that Cruella won't win in makeup and hairstyling because it will take another one home, and it will take home Cruella. Almost quite certainly that Cruella will be for costume design, because the movie is built around its costume design. It's literally the premise of the movie. Cyrano too, and Cyrano is just great in this category because of the time frame it was put in, and that was great. But Cruella, it's just, I do think it will get some recognition, and I do think it will be for its costumes because they looked great, and Emma Stone really transformed into the world of Cruella de Vil. So I do think Cruella de Vil will win this category by miles. But I do hope Cyrano will get a chance to. If Cyrano wins, I won't be mad at all. Then we have Adapted Screenplay, a category I am not that certain of either. We have Coda, written by Shion Hitter. We have Drive My Car, written by Ryosuke Hamaguchi and Takamasa U. We have Dune by John Spades, Denis Villeneuve, and Eric Roth. We have The Lost Daughter by Maggie Gyllenhaal. And we have The Power of the Dog, written by Jane Campion, who's also the director of the movie. And for that way, because Jane Campion is the director of The Power of the Dog, I don't think she will win this one. So we can cross that one off the board. The Lost Daughter was beautiful, but it won't be for this. And so cross that off the board. Dune was great, and it told a fantastic and phenomenal story, but it told only a part of that story. So cross that one off the board. I don't think that Dune will make a chance because it's just not the entire story. So taking these three off the board, we have Coda and Drive My Car left, and I really can't choose between any of the two. So I have went with my guts, and I do think Coda will win. And this is a choice that is bothering me to this moment because Drive My Car deserves it too so much. I do think Drive My Car will maybe stand out in another category more than Coda, so that's why I went with Coda on this one. For the record, I won't be mad if any of these movies wins. I actually want to do a fat Drive My Car too, but I have to choose one, and that's why I'm choosing Coda, because that movie told a more intimate story than Drive My Car did. Drive My Car told a heartbreaking and fantastic tale about a man, and Coda told us a story about being deaf and an entire family, and it's in Coda that we actually got some nominations for the characters and for the actors and actresses playing in the movie. So yeah, that is one of the main reasons I went with Coda for the adapted screenplay. But Drive My Car has been great too and has been doing fine in the award shows too. So I won't be mad if Drive My Car wins, although I do think this one will go to Coda. The original screenplay is a category I am also not that sure of, because I do have two movies up here too. I don't think The Worst Person in the World, King Richard or Don't Look Up will win. I do think Don't Look Up will be left out completely of the Oscars. The same goes for The Worst Person in the World, albeit that one was really good. And King Richard will have some prizes in another category. So I went with Belfast and Licorice Pizza. And Belfast just had a little bit more of a buzz around it than Licorice Pizza did. So that's why I am going with Belfast for this one, because it's just, I do know Belfast will win an Oscar. I just don't know which one it is going to be, but if it's going to be one, I hope it's going to be original screenplay, and I think it's going to be the original screenplay. Licorice Pizza was really great too, just didn't do that much for me, but so didn't Belfast. So I don't know, it's going to be between Belfast and Licorice Pizza, and I do think Belfast has a little bit more of a chance of taking this one home. I have crossed The Worst Person in the World in red because I have seen it one and I was absolutely amazed by anything I saw. So I won't be mad if The Worst Person in the World is going to win, I just don't think it will. But I will be very happy if it does. But it won't. Then we have the editing department, and that's Don't Look Up, Dune, King Richard, The Power of the Dog, and Tick Tick Boom. And I want to go for Tick Tick Boom because Tick Tick Boom was awesome, and the way it edited the story and the show together in a mashup was great, and how they handled the songs and everything else was great. But I don't think they will go for Tick Tick Boom. I do think Tick Tick Boom will be in the buzz for this one, but I do think this is a guaranteed win for Dune. I don't think it's a guaranteed win. I do think Dune will win this, but Tick Tick Boom just has a great chance of winning too, so that's interesting. That's something interesting I chose here. Dune will win. Tick Tick Boom maybe is going to win, has a chance too, and I hope Tick Tick Boom wins, because yeah, it's Tick Tick Boom. It's awesome. It's awesome in every way. So yeah, Dune is going to win, but I would be happy if Tick Tick Boom won. Yeah, let's just stick with that. Dune is going to win, but a close second followed by Tick Tick Boom. And I wouldn't be very mad at all if Tick Tick Boom won. I would be very happy actually. For the cinematography category, we have Dune, Nightmare Alley, The Power of the Dog, The Tragedy of Macbeth, and West Side Story. And it's very easy to go for The Tragedy of Macbeth in here, because that one was just a painting every second you saw. But it's the Oscars, and The Tragedy of Macbeth didn't get a lot of recognition for what they did in other movies and in other categories, so, and in other award shows for that matter, so I am going to go with Dune on this one too. But I do hope The Tragedy of Macbeth will get its recognition for this one, because it was just so incredibly great and it really deserves that Oscar. But I do think Dune will win this one too. I do think Dune will be the big winner of the evening, and this is another one that is going straight to Dune. No questions asked, but if it's someone else than Dune, then it's going to be The Tragedy of Macbeth, and I would be very happy if it does. Then we arrived in the 6 most important categories, starting with supporting actress. We have Jessie Buckley in The Lost Daughter, Ariana DeBose in West Side Story, Judi Dench in Belfast, Kirsten Dunst in The Power of the Dog, and Anjanae Ellis in King Richard. This, no questions asked. Sorry for Jessie, Judi, Kirsten, and Anjanae, but Ariana DeBose is going to win, and she rightfully deserves so. She was great, she was phenomenal. Everything about her performance was enough, and everything about her performance was great. And I do think this will be a guaranteed win, and I really do hope that she wins this category, because she was phenomenal in every way. Supporting actress, there is no competition in this. Ariana DeBose is going to win. I just hope Rachel Zegler, the woman who played Maria in the movie, will be attending the Oscars too because she was not invited, and that's very sad. We have all heard the news. Ariana DeBose is going to win this one. Ariana DeBose is going to take this one home, guaranteed. I can say you, guaranteed win for Ariana DeBose. Supporting actor was also a very straight to the point category I went with, and that was Cody Smith-McPhee. But I have seen what the other award shows did, and that was quite surprising because Cody Smith-McPhee did not get that much attention for what he tried to do in the movie than I thought he was going to get. And the main winner from all the award shows that I have seen and that I have studied is Troy Kotsur for Coda. And that's the interesting part, because I really do hope Troy Kotsur is going to win, because he rightfully deserves everything that is coming to him. He did wonderful as the deaf dad, so I do hope he is going to win. But if he is not going to win, I do think Cody Smith-McPhee will still be a close second. The rest is just not into that big of a competition for this score. It's going to go between Troy Kotsur and Cody Smith-McPhee, and based upon what I saw in the other award shows, I do think Troy Kotsur will take this Oscar home. But I won't be surprised if Cody Smith-McPhee does it. Then we have the Best Actress, and there we have Jessica Chastain for The Eyes of Tammy Faye, Olivia Colman for The Lost Daughter, Penelope Cruz for Parallel Mothers, Nicole Kidman for Being the Ricardos, and Kristen Stewart for Spencer. And I have always said I really do hope Kristen Stewart is going to win for Spencer, because she was very phenomenal in the movie. But having seen what the other award shows did, and having seen the other movies from all these actresses, I have to go with Jessica Chastain on this one, because she was phenomenal in the movie. She was absolutely great, and I have said a lot in the past that I do start to hate Jessica Chastain for the choices she's making. She has done Ava, she has done the 355, and I haven't done a video about the 355, but I actually had one sentence ready for if I was going to make a video about that. I'm starting to hate Jessica Chastain for all the wrong choices she is making on an acting level. And then we got this movie, we got The Eyes of Tammy Faye, and it all went up to the roof because she was phenomenal as Tammy Faye. She was great. There was nothing wrong with that performance. But I do hope Kristen Stewart will get her recognition she deserves, because Jessica Chastain already got that in the past. I do think it's a guaranteed win for Jessica Chastain, but if my heart would choose, it's going to go for Kristen Stewart, because she completely knocked it out of the park as Spencer, as Lady Diana, and she's finally getting out of the Twilight curse. And Jessica Chastain never was in that. Jessica Chastain is going to win, but I would be very happy if Kristen Stewart did. Best Actor is a category I am not in doubt over. I really know who is going to win this. I know it for certain, 100%. We have Javier Bardem before Being the Ricardos, Benedict Cumberbatch for The Power of the Dog, Andrew Garfield for Tick Tick Boom. I'm very happy he's up there. Will Smith for King Richard, and Denzel Washington for the Tragedy of Macbeth. This is going to go to Will Smith. He's going to have this absolute guaranteed win. Will Smith has been knocking it out of the park at the award shows. He did wonderful as Mr. Richard. So he was phenomenal. He was great. And I do know for a certain that Will Smith will win. But I do hope Andrew Garfield will take it, because he was phenomenal too. I just think Will Smith is the safest option to go. I would be surprised if Andrew Garfield won, but I wouldn't mind it at all. Andrew Garfield deserves the Oscar. Will Smith is going to take it home. Then we have the Best Director. We have Kenneth Branagh for Belfast, Ryosuke Hamaguchi for Drive My Car, Paul Thomas Anderson for Licorice Pizza, Jane Campion for The Power of the Dog, and Steven Spielberg for West Side Story. And obviously we all know the safe choice. Yes, Steven Spielberg is the most popular director of all, but this is a straight 100% guaranteed win for The Power of the Dog, because wow, she has been knocking it out of the park on every award show. She really deserves it. I didn't like The Power of the Dog as much as I wanted to, but I don't like westerns in general, so I can't really speak for that. The story The Power of the Dog tells is just that great, and this is a guaranteed win for her, because there's just not a lot of competition. I do hope Drive My Car has been making a chance too, but I do think this is going to be a straight win for The Power of the Dog. I'm sorry for Raisuke Yamaguchi, you deserve it, but this one is going to be for James Campion. And then we are at the end in the Best Picture category. We have Belfast, we have Coda, we have Don't Look Up, Drive My Car, Dune, King Richard, Licorice Pizza, Nightmare Alley, The Power of the Dog, and West Side Story. 10 movies that are extremely deserving of this Oscar. They were all great. They all did something beautiful and told a really great story, and I am so happy for every single one of these movies to be on this list. I know people are angry for Spider-Man No Way Home to not be in this category, because that movie was as influential as it was and brought people back to the cinema and to the theater quite literally, but I don't mind it not being here. I do think it is going to get a fair chance of winning the fan favorite, so there you have your Oscar. Best Picture. Wow, this one was hard, because I always went with The Power of the Dog. I don't think Belfast is in for this round, because its story wasn't as interestingly enough and told. I don't know. I don't know. Belfast is not going to win this one. I know that for a certain. Don't Look Up was too commercial of a movie. It wasn't as artsy-fartsy as others. So Don't Look Up is not going to win this. Coda and Drive My Car have a really, really giant chance of winning this. Dune has taken a lot of awards this night. Tonight is going to win a lot of awards, but it won't be for Best Picture. King Richard has done a great job, but if it wasn't for Will Smith, the movie wouldn't have been so great, so King Richard is off the board. Same goes for Licorice Pizza and Nightmare Alley. It was great. Power of the Dog is a frontrunner, and West Side Story, it's just not going to win this category. So it's really between Coda, Drive My Car, and The Power of the Dog, and I always went with The Power of the Dog. But having seen what other award shows did, it was straight up between Coda and Drive My Car. So I left out The Power of the Dog entirely, I think. Let's just watch. I haven't. I did cheat a little bit on this one. I do think it will go between Coda and The Power of the Dog, with Drive My Car being a close second or third. I can't choose between these three, but if I have to place them in an order, it will be Power of the Dog on the second place and Coda on the first place. And I know this is a wild choice, because The Power of the Dog is just the safest option to go for Best Picture. The Power of the Dog makes a giant hell of a chance of winning this. But having seen what other award shows did, I don't know. Coda has been more influential than The Power of the Dog is at this moment. And that's why I am going for Coda on this one, but I won't be surprised if The Power of the Dog wins, and I do hope Coda or Drive My Car wins. I don't hope The Power of the Dog wins just because I didn't like it that much as the other two, but it's really difficult on this one. I do think Coda and The Power of the Dog have a similar amount of chance for winning, but I do think if I have to choose, that the Oscars may surprise us and choose Coda. I don't know. It's a wild choice. I do think Coda will win. Power of the Dog will be a close second, but I won't be mad if Drive My Car wins too. That's what I'm going with. Coda is going to be the winner of the evening. Yes, this is what I'm going with. So there you had it, my predictions for this evening's Oscar nominations. Which movies do you think are going to win a lot of prizes? Let me know in the comments down below. And are you going to watch the ceremony when it airs? Please let me know. And where do you watch this from? Which country? Let me know. Or are you not going to watch it? Let me know. I am watching from Belgium, so I will be staying up the entire night for this. I will skip my sleep for this show, so it better be good. Yeah, thank you for watching. Thank you for watching my predictions, and I will see you next week when I recap my predictions and the actual winners. And I wish you a lot of fun tonight when the Oscars premiere from where you're living. And thank you for watching. Thank you for liking my video. Thank you for commenting if you did. And thank you for subscribing. Goodbye.